All right, welcome back. We've got Jonivan Jones back again. So what's been happening since the last time we sat down on the couch? What's
Man,
new?
just the heat dome.
Yeah.
It's just getting us all.
It
Yeah.
is.
No, I just staying busy, playing some music, setting some stuff up for the fall and the summer, and yeah, just probably doing the life routine like a lot of folks.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, what's a song in your set tonight that has changed meaning for you since you first wrote it?
Let's see. What's a good one? They kind of evolve, I guess. So probably a song called Northwest. I wrote a long time ago when I was traveling. We were traveling trying to get over the border to British Columbia for something for a thing we were doing for work.
Okay.
And it's been so long now that a lot of the words and everything they're tied to the memories, but you play it enough in different places, and it kind of takes on a new memory,
that's
new
really
ideas, or whatever. Yeah.
All right, so you've traveled all over the country. What's a lesson you learned far from home that Arkansas couldn't have taught you?
That's a good question. Uh, yeah, I guess I mean, I think one thing that I learned traveling was that a lot of the same things that I've seen are going on in different places. Like if it's a music scene, for example, since we're here to play music, so I'll talk about that. But you know, I've been to places where it looks like maybe there's not a whole lot going on, or there's not a whole lot of musicians around, and then you scratch the surface a little bit, and then there's just hundreds of talented folks out there who
Yeah.
are willing to share their music with folks and stuff. So that was probably one of the things I've learned while traveling, was that at almost every place I've ever lived or traveled to, I've found that.
Yeah, that's good. That's great that you found your community there. All
Definitely.
right. So your songs feel like they come from lived experiences. How much of your songwriting is autobiographical and how much of it is just storytelling?
Well, I mean, I think a lot of it comes from the autobiographical part of it, where if you maybe you feel something, or you're driving down the road, or you have a hard day, or whatever it is, it kind of plants a seed of a thought, and then maybe some juxtaposition of words or something like that kind of comes on. You're like, hey, I need to remember that and write that down. But I really try recently, in the last couple of years anyway, to try to put myself in somebody else's shoes, and kind of see where the commonality of those things are. See where the threads kind of align with that. So.
All right. Are there any old folk or blues traditions that you think deserve a comeback, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, so my favorite would be just the campfire style kind of picking circle, I think, and I don't think it's gone, but I wish I saw it more in the world, because that's where I learned as a kid. Just down the road, I actually learned from a really amazing couple of musicians, and so I wish that I hope that I want that to live on in the
I do
world.
too. No, bring it back for sure.
Definitely.
For
I mean, they
sure.
had instruments back then when I was a kid. You'd have a mandolin, there was a wash tub,
Uh-huh,
bass,
yep.
all the stuff. And then there was all kinds of music shared. It wasn't just bluegrass. It was a lot of bluegrass and folk, but there was also a lot of modern stuff that was twisted in there too.
Yeah.
Or woven, whatever.
All right. Well, hopefully it comes back.
Yeah.
Okay, so if John Prine were sitting here with us on the couch, what is one question you would want to ask him?
Man, that's a real good one right there. That's tough. Yeah, I think I'd probably go blank, to be honest with you, and just have a fanboy moment, just to be honest. But I think I would ask him about a song he wrote called Rocky Mountain Time.
Yeah.
'Cause that's one of my favorites. And when I was a young fellow learning to play the guitar, it was one of my favorite ones. But there's a lot of heartache in that one. And I guess I would just ask him, like, hey, about where he was at when he wrote that kind of thing.
What was really
So,
happening in his life?
Yeah, exactly.
That's really cool. Yeah. All right. Well, that's all the questions I have for
All
you,
right.
so we'll let you take it from here. Thank
Appreciate
you so
you much.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me back.